Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And last time out we finished off the journey that started us off in the United Kingdom in Dover, and we were taking a couple of tractors over to Frankfurt, where I have never been, at least in this save. I think a long time ago, relatively speaking that is. I may have been to Frankfurt, but certainly not in this particular save. So today we start in Frankfurt, and the journey that I think I'm going to take and try and complete within this single episode is going to be that one. We're going to take some nitrogen, 7 tons of it. So after taking the 34? Might have been 34. The 34 tons or so of tractor, 7 tons should be an absolute doddle. So we're going to take that. We do have the other option of going back to Amsterdam, but we're going to go down roads that we already know. So I thought this could be good because none of these roads have been travelled down. So that seems like a really good idea. So make sure you stay tuned for a journey where we carry some nitrogen over up to Rostock. Hopefully without tipping the truck over this time around. Okay, here we go. Now, one of the things that... Nope, I stalled it. Let's try again. Okay, here we go. Now, one of the things that I do have to bear in mind is the fact that I am low on fuel. So I do have to bear that in mind. Being low on fuel, I think I've got about 20% fuel remaining. In fact, there it is. 23%. Sorry, truck. I am going to go now. There you go. That shall do. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is figure out where I'm going to pick up some fuel from. Because if I do not do that, I'm going to be in quite a pickle. So top priority for today is to pick up this cargo and then go pick up some fuel. Right, where is it? Continue down to the end of this. We're going to chuck a left, and then we'll see from there where we go. In here? I suppose it's in here because I cannot go straight. Which would make sense, it being here. Okay. Grab the truck. So it is this one. Ooh, I can change the colour, maybe. Maybe not. Let's have a look. I do not want to take that. That looks stupid. I always find they look stupid. These are the kinds I like. So we've got that one and that one, which does not look all too different. We have that one with a blue trailer. We've got some more blue trailers. They look very similar. This one has a little front bit to it, which might be a little bit nicer, but I think this one should do. In fact, no, that one will do. I'm just hoping I haven't grabbed one that has a, what do you call it? Has one of those rear steerable axles, because that is really starting to get me. I could make Frankfurt my one of my bases, actually. Be interesting. So as you can see, my head tracking is working surprisingly well for the past 3 episodes. Am I not in? There we go. Perfect. Let's have a look outside. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a screenshot. Always a good idea to take a screenshot nice and early just in case you do not get a chance afterwards. And in this case, the screenshot I shall take shall be quite a close-up, like that, with a bit of a pan. I didn't want those in the frame, but I may have no choice unless I do that. Which is a little bit odd, because normally if you're doing that, you want the vehicle the other way so you can see where it's come from, as opposed to, if you're looking at the front, you want to see where it's, or you want to see the direction of travel, not the direction it's come from. It's fine. At least that's my thinking on it. I could be very wrong. And just make sure that it's clear. That shall do. Okay. And before we continue, I need to make sure that I'm going past the petrol station, because otherwise we're going to run into some trouble. So my thinking is I go this way. Instead of going this way. There's no petrol station here, which is weird. Like, it's like they haven't built Frankfurt. So if I go this way, we drive on this side of the road, so I want that petrol station. There we go. That could work a little bit better. 138 miles to the next checkpoint. I think I can make that with the amount of fuel I've got. So let's get going. I have no idea whether I'll be able to do this in a single video, but I shall certainly try. Now, I might just be able to move off in fourth. Oh, it's not quite there for a fourth gear move off, but it can just about manage. It's probably best for me to have a third gear departure. Potentially second, but third would be... Yeah, third is quite easy to move with this. Okay, well that's going to be a little annoying because, well, I'm in third, which means I'm going to be constantly swapping between third, fourth, third, fourth, third, fourth, and that's on a completely different splitter. Unless I can try and move off in fourth. Oh, that's first. I guess I could do that. It could work, I suppose. Roundabout looks clear, so I'll continue. I have no real topic of discussion for today, unfortunately. This is a very weird roundabout again. Yeah, no real topic for discussion today, unfortunately, but hopefully we can enjoy the journey anyway. Right, where am I headed? Is it this junction? I think so. I have to be very careful here now with the way this all works. So last time I messed this up, so I've got to go, well, apparently here. And this is a much slower junction, supposedly. So I'm going to slow down quite a bit. That's a little bit more than I would want to, but 30 miles per hour. I really do not want to tip my truck over again. Looks like there's been an accident there. I'm just trying to think of what to talk about. So a couple of videos ago I was talking about a little bit about fuel. Obviously I didn't get too much into it. I have seen one comment about it. I'll probably respond to that comment when I get a chance. I'll type out a response, or some form of response. The next video, the last video that went out is not even out yet, and obviously that's one I talk about. What was I talking about there? Things that I've experienced on my journeys with bad drivers or drivers making genuine mistakes, but also, you know, bad drivers, and again trying not to judge them if they are making genuine mistakes, but also if you see a driver doing something consistently in an area, or you see the driver same number plate twice or something like that, then yes, you do end up sort of passing judgment on them, because, or if it's something so utterly bizarre like no lights working or no brake lights or not indicating and things like that, and you do sort of wonder why they do it, especially if there's plenty of time to actually do the maneuver or to flick the indicator. Sometimes, yes, as I mentioned, you might have to swerve out of a lane. There may not be enough time to do such a thing. In which case, yeah, okay, I can understand that, certainly. But other times, you know, it's whoa, what happened there? Okay, so I think there's something up with these physics, because my truck should not have, not at that speed, just gone straight across the lanes in such a fashion. That was very, very weird. But yes, you know, I can understand sometimes you cannot do certain things because you've got to react, and it's more important to react and not crash than to naturally crash. You want to always avoid the crash, which is understandable. Continuing on our journey, obviously in the last video this is where we were driving early hours of the morning, or it wasn't really early hours of the morning, was it, at that point? But I've got to try and figure out what is it with my truck that it seems to want to tip over a lot more now since the last update than it used to, and I'm not sure if that's realistic or not, but there we go. Also, please ignore the scratchy throat. I tend to say that a lot. It seems like I have a scratchy throat more often than not, unfortunately. Right, this is where I get very confused. So you've got to go like this in Germany. At least I hope this is realistic. And then across here, and this is where I did the turnaround last time. So yeah, this is where I turn my truck around. So we should be perfectly fine here. At this speed, no, look at that. I don't understand what's happening. It's as if, right, I think there might be something, since the last update, I think the physics mod may be clashing, because that was certainly well within speed tolerances. That's very, very interesting. I'm going to have to figure out what it is, because it just seems like the truck just understeered there for no apparent reason. That was very, very weird. I'm going to have to be very, very careful now. Interesting. Well, that's going to cost me a little. 17% on the fuel. We should be perfectly okay to reach the petrol station. They do need to have more filling stations here. I think having the limited number of filling stations does make it a little bit annoying. Usually I would never let my truck run out of fuel that quickly. No, I certainly would not let it do that. Does cruise control work? It does. Okay, so right now I'm apparently on cruise control. And now I'm off cruise control. Okay, so I've actually been in a car where if you change gear, the cruise control stays on. And I find that absurd. Absolutely absurd. Why would the cruise control remain on in the event of you changing gear? You might want to you might be changing gear to try and add some engine braking or whatever. You might be... I just find it really strange that if you have an interaction with the vehicle, with any of the pedals, it should disable the cruise control. And yet it stays on. Now, admittedly, it's quite funny because what you do, and I have tried this. I do not recommend you try this, but I have tried this. What you do is... Oh, fuel light. Awesome. So fuel light comes on at 15%. I'll take that as a screenshot just in case. Because I'm genuinely low on fuel. It is a good thing I check that. So what was I saying? Yes, so what I've done... Oh, it's a shell. Great. I wonder if I can use my shell card here. I mean, I doubt it, but I take it my truck can fit under this. Right. There we go. Yes, so what I've done is I put the... So I set it to 60, was it 60, 65? It wasn't 70, that's what I set it to. £1,000. So yes, I set it to 65 miles per hour, I think. And I was in third gear, I think. Anyway, so being in third gear, you would... Right, can I jump out of... I should be able to get out of this gap. This should not be a problem. Yep, not a problem. So being in third gear, obviously the car started to accelerate. So I let it accelerate, and then I actually changed to fourth gear, fifth gear, and sixth gear without touching the accelerator, which is absolutely bizarre. It was a very, very strange experience. So all I was doing was I was just going clutch, gear, clutch, gear, clutch, gear, without touching the accelerator. One of the most bizarre things I have ever done. But it was just weird. It was just really, really weird. I think I'm turning. Am I coming off here? Ah, no. It's up here. Oh dear. Gear, gear, gear. Because this road goes underneath and in the other direction. I hope I'm going the right way. I certainly hope I am. Oh no, it doesn't go underneath, it goes over. Okay, fine. This is what the M42-M5 junction is like, and it does get confusing because to go northbound, you have to be in the lane furthest to, well, actually for us it'd be the same, but to go northbound you have to be in the lane furthest to the left. To go southbound you have to be in the lane to the right, despite the fact that going right would lead you south and going left would lead you north. Sorry, going left would lead you south, going right would lead you north. So it's a very weird one. There are a few like that, but there you go. Yes, so as I was saying, I had cruise control on, and I never had to touch the accelerator, which was just very, very weird. I have no idea how long I have to go on this journey. I may have to check that. In fact, let's do a quick check right now of remaining journey time. Oh, we still have quite a ways to go. Okay, this is going to be a 2-episode thing, so what I'm going to do is I will pull over in the next petrol station to end the episode, and then I'll do the remainder of the journey. Or should I pull over into Castle? I guess I could pull over into Castle, come along there, down there, and then into there. No, let's continue up to the next filling station, fill up our diesel, and well, we're not going to fill up any further diesel, but we'll do that and then continue in the next video. So yes, if you've got any interesting car features in vehicles you own or have driven, do let me know, because obviously there's a lot more. There are lots more features that I may not know, I may never have used. So yes, I mean, one car, just as a feature, just an interesting fact about one car I've driven. It was a 4-cylinder, but it's had, and it was a little town runaround. In fact, it was a Honda Jazz. It was a Honda Jazz 2004, and it had 2 spark plugs per cylinder. So it was a twin spark, which normally for a runaround car or anything like that, you'd have a single spark plug per cylinder. I know Alfa Romeo do it, they have their twin sparks, don't they? But this car had 2 spark plugs per cylinder. I thought, huh, that's interesting. I have yet to come across another car that I have driven that has two plugs per cylinder. Obviously, I have not driven an Alfa Romeo, because that would naturally be one of those cars. But yeah, there we go. So there's another one. I'm just trying to think of any other weird features I've come across in cars. I do know one, again, in a car I've driven. It isn't my car, but there is a mode, I suppose there's an option on the car that you can have a reversing camera. But the weird thing is that this car in particular does not have said reversing camera. However, because of the make of car it is, and I'd like you guys to guess what make of car this is by what I'm just how I've described it. Ooh, Milka. Does anyone want any chocolate? That'd be pretty good. Because of the make of car that it is, they have not bothered. Why is this 37? They have not bothered to remove the code that brightens the display at night when you're reversing. So if you are traveling, we're in Saxony now, so if you are parking up late at night, and you know, all your dials are dimmed and everything as they should be so that you can see properly, and you put the car into reverse, your display, the main touchscreen display where the GPS is, and you know, where you have your audio system and your entertainment and or your climate control systems and all of that, which I do not like, all these touch controls, all of those things will go to, it'll just be on whatever screen it is, which is normally a light grey colour, and at night sometimes it changes colours if it's GPS to like the darker colours, the dark grey with the lighter writing and all of that kind of stuff. It will do that, but go to full brightness, effectively blinding you in the car because it is really, really bright. So obviously if your eyes are used to, at that point in time, the dark colours and taking in light, suddenly you've got this bright light which basically is overexposing your eyes, and yep, it does that, which is really, really strange. So there we go. Actually, I'll go over here because I do not need to actually fill up fuel. Well, we got parking, here we go. Well, this is the wrong way. Is it the wrong way? I have no idea. I'm just going to stop up here though. Yeah, that's where I want to stop. I think we should be okay. Right, I'm just going to reverse it in. Just into that last bay there. There we go. So yes, that's another weird thing I've experienced with a car. One of those sorts of things. So yes, if you have experienced anything weird with cars, please do let me know. Anything that's a little bit perhaps quirky about your car or unusual about your vehicle or vehicles that you have driven. With that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. I managed to park that rather nicely. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. No, I've already done that. My mistake. Oops. I was going to say you can also find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you have a look in the description box below, there is an invite to my Discord server. I have a couple of channels in the Discord server that are available for everybody. So feel free to join the community, have a chat, talk about the videos, talk about other things, whatever you want. That's all from me, and I'll see you next time in Euro Truck Simulator 2.